We're going to get the program started this morning. My name is Jason Hessler. I'm Deputy Commissioner for Baltimore City Department of Housing Community Development, the Permits and Litigation section, which includes demolition. Thank you all for coming. Before I get to the speakers, I did want to recognize our demolition staff that are out here. We've got a number of the staff members out here. Jessica Clark is the division director. This is the sexy part. They do all the hard work of getting these properties ready so that we have the authority and following all the rules to demo them. So I'd like to thank those guys over there. And now I'll hand it off to the Commissioner for Baltimore City Department of Housing, Michael Braverman.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Thanks to the great teams at MSA and State DHCD and City DHCD and our partners here in Druid Heights for making positive change happen. I just wanted to open up and say, and of course to our partners at Humanum and Details for getting it done in a way that creates jobs. And we really appreciate that. So we're here at a moment where we've got this extraordinary blight coming down as part of a larger sort of blight elimination initiative in partnership with the state, which is phenomenal in terms of the outcomes. And folks sometimes think that, that it's really about, it is about blight elimination, but it's not just about demo. It's about blight elimination through rehab, blight elimination through new construction, and blight elimination from demo that creates parcels and sites and green space that we can build anew around. And it's about working at every step of the way with our partners at Druid Heights CDC. So right where we're standing, we're going to see an incredible new urban park. We're going to see new construction, home ownership move down into the site, renovation of the houses across the street. And just a few blocks down, the 800 blocks of Harlem and Edmondson and Upton, the mayor will be announcing shortly an award, again in partnership with our partners at the state, to renovate more than 40 vacant houses on one of the most distressed areas right here in our community. So it's about renovation, it's about demolition, it's about building new communities, and it's about Mayor Pugh's new era of neighborhood investment and bringing that investment with the partnerships to our community. So with that, I want to introduce the architect of that program, the Mayor of Baltimore City, Mayor Catherine E. Pugh. Thank you.
Let me just say, it really is exciting to be here, to see all our community leaders out here. Jackie, thank you for being here. You've been around for quite some time, helping us to help transform this particular area of the city. I want to thank my Councilman Leon Pinkett for being here as well, and Secretary Kenneth Holt. We couldn't do this work without you, so again, thank you so much. And Mr. Braverman and your team really have caught the vision, pushing us forward. Thank you so much. I see Pete Hammond, who is here, who's created this wonderful sub-cabinet that really focuses in on the vision of moving our city forward. I get excited every time I see the vision coming to life, and that's what we see here. What will happen today will allow us to get under that 15,000 Board of Houses in the city. This will be the first time in 15 years that we've been able to achieve this goal. This is a new era, as has already been said, of new investment in neighborhoods. Our communities are really poised for transformation and change. People have lived in these neighborhoods for decades, waiting, wanting, and urging us to bring about the change that they deserve to see. And this is about new affordable housing units that you will eventually see on some of these lots, but also this Druid Square Park, where people can congregate. And I know we're also building a playground here as well. I want to also thank again our thought partners, because we don't get to do this work by ourselves. It is about community. It is about working with the state. It is about working with our council people and everyone to make sure that we get this right. So Secretary Holt, again, I want to thank you for all that you've done and all the community groups and organizations. So ladies and gentlemen, Secretary Holt.
Good afternoon. What a beautiful day. On behalf of Governor Hogan and Lieutenant Governor Rutherford, I bring congratulations and many thanks to the neighbors, to the neighborhood, to the Druid Heights Community Association, Jackie, and all of your folks. Bless you, because without you, this wouldn't happen. We are sort of bound together, the state and the city, in this initiative. We have some labels: Project Core, creating opportunities for renewal and enterprise; The federal government created a program where opportunity zones have been identified. And all of this is working together to create tremendous momentum. What is it doing? Well, initially, it required state and city capital and the kind of leadership that the mayor, that the city council, Jack Young, Leon, and others have shown. But beyond that, it needs the private sector. We need private capital to come in and to sort of catch fire with what we're doing. And that is exactly what is happening. So the $100 million between the city and the state that has sort of begun the process of demolishing. At this point, we've demolished or stabilized about 2,300 units through the Maryland Stadium Authority. We will demolish or stabilize 4,000 units by the end of this fiscal year. As Michael pointed out, what comes next is redevelopment, is rebirth, and that's the stage that the city is in right now. It's a rebirth of the values that make this a great place to live and to work. So I'm so proud and happy to be a part of this team and this effort, and each and every one of you who are part of it, my deepest thanks.
There's so much happening here, and so many thanks go out to Jackie Cornish and her team at Druid Heights CDC. I know Anthony's gonna come up and speak, but you have stayed the course and really created the opportunity here that we're seeing today and what we'll see in the future. And the mayor has a plan. It's called a new era of community development, a framework, a new era of community investment, a framework for community development. There's a sign here, and that's because it's important to communicate that strategy as we hear it through our partners and as we develop it, so that we can communicate in a transparent way why the mayor separated the agencies, how we're putting community development back in housing and community development. And I wanted to say among the many reasons to do that is because Councilman Pincott also is one of those people that wanted to see a plan, a strategy. Not everybody has a councilman who's also an economic development officer. So we really needed to get it down on paper and get it right for your councilman, who is extraordinary, and also, from what I understand, a pastor. So I never want to speak after him, so I really feel bad for Anthony. But in any event, without further ado, your councilman, Leon Pincott.
Thank you, Michael. What a beautiful day in Druid Heights. And I'm not talking about the brilliant sun. It's a beautiful day whenever the mayor, Secretary Holt, and the team come out and show all the investments that are happening in our community. Last time I had an opportunity to speak related to Bakersview, I dug deep into Anthony Presley's archives and pulled out a poem. And sometimes you need a poem. They are very useful to sometimes help us to imagine, some things that aren't necessarily our reality. But you know what, Anthony? Thanks to the mayor, thanks to Secretary Holt, thanks to Commissioner Braverman, we don't need a poem today, because the future of Druid Heights is so bright that a poem would pale in comparison to the investments and to the bright future that we see for this community. I want to especially thank Pete Hammond. I want to, we should, and along obviously with Mayor Pugh, because it's her vision that allows those that serve under her to be bold and look for opportunities, look for investments to improve all of our city, not just the areas where development is easy, but to look for those areas where the market maybe has not found those communities, but then provide the tools and the resources for that to happen. So I want to thank Pete Hammond. I want to thank Commissioner Braverman, because it's your vision. A lot of people will say what they propose to do in a community, but you stayed the course in your commitment to our community. Anthony, and backed it up with the resources. So thank you for investing in our community. And I want to close with this, that this is bigger than just Bakersville. This is really bigger than just the Druid Heights community. And I see Wanda Best from Upton. This really is about a set of communities that have come together, from Penn North to Druid Heights to Upton, that recognize that collectively they are a critical component to the future of West Baltimore. These set of communities stand as a gateway to West Baltimore. And what we do here, the investments that we make here, and I see Doc Cheatham from the Matthew Henson community, the investments that we make here are so critical to even what Doc Cheatham is doing in the Matthew Henson community. So thank you, Madam Mayor, for your investment, and thank you for investing in this gateway to West Baltimore. And without further ado, maybe the man of honor at this event and celebration today, a poet, a visionary, a leader, Anthony Presley, Executive Director of Druid Heights CDC.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good morning. It is a beautiful day in Druid Heights and a beautiful day in Baltimore. Madam Mayor, you campaigned on a promise to moving Baltimore forward. And I can proudly say that things are moving forward in Druid Heights. You are holding to that promise. And it's because of what you're doing that we were able to receive $1 million to build 14 new homes for first-time home buyers right here in the space we're standing in and around the corner. So thanks to that, yay, yay, yay. And you also committed $100,000 for us to build our Gold Street Park around the corner. And Mr. Secretary, what a great day to see you. Thank you, sir. You've also given us funds to stabilize there, the 2200 block of Druid Hill Avenue. That's huge. And $650,000 to help with the Bakerview homes that are going to be standing right here down the street. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you. And to the councilman, the Honorable Leon Pinkett, for finding a way to bring the communities together so that West Baltimore can thrive and keep the investment coming and keep growing our home ownership opportunities. To Mrs. Cornish, who is my mentor, I'm always happy to see you. Everybody else mentioned you, I can mention you too. And of course, I'd like to thank the commissioner, Michael Braidman. Michael, you see the big picture, you get it, and we thank you for getting it. And more than anything else, we look forward to keeping moving Baltimore forward as you campaign and as you deliver. Thank you, everybody, for being in Druid Heights. Shop on Pennsylvania Avenue. Have a good time. Thank you.
All right, we come to the moment everybody came for, and that's to see the mayor knock these houses down herself. Right, so without further ado, I think Mayor Pugh is going to get in our excavator. Is that true, Madam Mayor? Is that true? Thank you, everybody.